Hello there everyone and welcome back to DML. So we are just about to get to 130 points in the Metamorph Mania event. So without further ado, we'll go and feed these dragons these special items. And there we go, milestone complete Metamorph Mania. The Sprite Dragon has been unlocked. So of course you needed 130 points to get this dragon, which isn't really too difficult. But this obviously was the easier out of the, the two main reward dragons to get. Because we've got the Caterpillar as the leaderboard prize and the Sprite Dragon just as the reward for hitting that milestone. So now we do need to make a little bit of space, and you'll see that she's over here on the far right. Cute little dragon. Like I said before, sort of like a cousin or a relative of the Pixie Dragon is the way that I normally look at the Sprite Dragon, but I'm happy that at least we got one of these dragons, And a base attack of 63, water, wind, and plant. Kind of an interesting little dragon altogether. So we'll go and pop the Sprite Dragon in, and we have to wait 18 hours and 47 minutes for it to finish hatching. Adorable little egg. It looks kind of like a little butterfly, if anything else. So, that is more or less going to end the Metamorph Mania event. I just decided to stop at 130 dragons and didn't really bother. Again, the person in the top position... Oh gosh, actually, Kathy's been in the #1 position the whole event, and now Francette has taken over the lead by an extra 28 points. So I imagine that if Kathy doesn't realize, she is not going to be a very happy girl. Because basically, it's just been Kathy spending... a ton of event currency, and it seems like she's been overtaken in the same fashion that I was, so, that's that major feels bad, rest in peace, Kathy, we do all feel very, very bad for you. That's so sad. Again, the only reason I refuse to even try to go for the Caterpillar is because of what happened before in the Dragon's Delight events. I knew not to go for it because there's always someone that just, at the last minute puts on a bunch of event currency and then overtakes everyone else. It's what always ends up happening with these events, so it just is the way it is. But of course, now that that is over, we do have a new clan event. So we got a clan siege event, and I'm hoping that the guys that we go against aren't going to, destroy us this week. Because the last time that we had a siege event, we got annihilated. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. I think they beat us by like 1,000,000 points. Which is quite scary. Because I don't even know if we've gotten even close to 1,000,000 points before, but either way, that was a very, very scary clan for us to have to go up against. So I'm hoping we get a little bit better luck. Maybe, give us a really bad clan to go against if you want to. I would definitely not complain. Because, the more clan pack things that we get, the sooner we're going to unlock Boon Cutter and all those other dragons that we've never actually gotten before. So we can fully fill up all of our clan siege sprites, but we can do as many clan quests as we possibly can. So to start off with, I'm going to get rid of the Dragon Fury quest because I hate them. But conquer 2 mines on the campaign map obviously ain't too difficult at all. So, it's usually actually better if we just keep Andy in this spot here, because if I put our Lantern Dragon in, then we end up just, everything focuses him down, everything gets poisoned, and it's just, there's no point to it. So it's just better for me to take Andy as the only dragon a lot of the time when we're doing these gold mine fights at the very least. So that's how we're going to do it. You'll see that we are going against level 80 fully enchanted dragons, which is kind of weird. It's not very often I get to see fully enchanted level 80s just on the regular map fights, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool that the gold vaults or gold mines have finally updated themselves. But there we go. There's another clan quest done. Dunsky. Explore ruins. Do we have any others left? We don't have any others to collect from, so that's kind of annoying. We will refresh that. Score perfect hits. Ugh. Do I really have to do that? Scoring perfect hits in battle is very annoying, honestly. I really don't want to have to do that if I don't have to. It's a level 45, but it is a plus 18 fight. So I'm going to assume that this Enchantment League fight, this guy's probably going to have level 70s. But just in case, we will send in Saini. Come on, just keep the levels below level 45, you know? That'd be great. Level 65 fully enchanted, we can just about deal with that. But I haven't even asked yet, like, how have you been doing in terms of the, you know, Dragon's Delight event? I know that as the days went by, a lot more people were saying, I'm in position 10 now, so I'm not doing that bad. Whereas, like, on the first day, everyone was like, I'm number 1 at the moment, I'm gonna win this event. And I was like, you're not. You're not. Yeah, well, some of those people may have genuinely still come first, but, you know, for goodness sake, for a vast majority of people, you know, you're not gonna get the caterpillar. It just is the way it is, and it does kind of suck in its own way, but that's what we get for having, you know, one person out of every 100 getting a hold of him. And it does make it a very pay-to-win event, like I've said before, which I don't particularly agree with, but it's just one of those things in DML. They wanted it to be a competitive event, which is fine, but in that case, why would you give people the ability to just pay their way through? You know, that's my question. I don't particularly understand it, to be honest. But, you know, I'm not the be-all, end-all of DML. I'm not all-knowing. I'm not... It's not my decision at the end of the day. It just is what it is. I am going to pop in some... We've been putting in squarey berries pretty much constantly. I'm just going to put in some spring cherries so that we can do some more clan quests when they come back. But, you know... It's depressing that I can't get the caterpillar. Just a little bit depressing. Because, you know, you probably know how much I wanted him. He's one of the few dragons I've wanted in quite a while, like, genuinely. Would have gone slightly out of my way to get him. I wouldn't have spent actual money, though. Like, no thanks. That's... I just don't want to spend that much money on DML. Like, I'm not sure if... After this VIP runs out, if I'm even... gonna put any more clams on anytime soon. I don't know. I just don't really see the necessity. I mean, I only put on the clam like what, once every 2 months, once every 3 months sometimes. Depends on the month, really. So that's like what, 16 pounds I put into the DML every 3 months, which is not a lot. It's obviously more than I think realistically you should for a, you know, free-to-play game, air quotes. But, you know, it's definitely not like I put thousands of gems on and thousands of event currency just to, you know, take over the other people during the event. Like, that's not quite how it works. But, I guess that's just me being salty at how pay to succeed some things are in this game, and I know a lot of people do share the same sentiment, but then there's people that like spending. And obviously those people are going to be like, why can't I spend my own money if this game lets me? And, you know, that is a perfectly valid point. This game is made like that, so it's not really anyone else's right to complain. You know what you're getting yourself into the moment you, like, open up a game like this and then see that there's cooldowns on everything. Like, if you looked at any other game and saw a 3.5 hour cooldown, you know, you'd automatically assume that there's microtransactions and all that annoying stuff. Well, I would, at the very least, and so should you. Because, I mean, if you didn't know what kind of game DML was going into it, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's just one of those games. That's what people say. They say DML is one of those games. It is not a game that most people want to play due to that reason. So, having events like the Metamorph Mania event every now and then, you know, considering we had a bunch of Christmas events that were free and anyone could get those dragons, maybe we do have to think that maybe, you know, considering how many free dragons we did get already, maybe we're just being a little bit too greedy. about it. Just a little bit greedy. But I don't know. You're open to have your own opinion on the matter, of course. It's just, this is the main reason I don't play free-to-play games in general, because it's just the act of having to wait to do in-game things is kind of sketchy in itself. Like, forcing people to have to spend money just to, you know, do things instantly. It's not very fun. Imagine if that's how the world truly worked. Like, just to, if you wanted your kettle to boil quicker, just put in like an extra 20 pence and then it instantly goes off and you get your tea instantaneously. I guess you could say the world is like that. Like, if you pay more people to work for your company, you get jobs done quicker. But I'm talking about little things, like, I don't know, what's something that you can't really stop? Like, how long it takes to do. Like, let's say cooking chicken. You know, if you want a Sunday roast, and you know how you gotta put it in the oven and it takes like hours and hours. Imagine if you could pay like £5 and then have that chicken instantly made. I don't know if something like that exists, to be honest with you, but that's just one of the first things that comes to mind. That'd be a very interesting concept, but obviously the poorer people in the world would kind of get a little bit screwed over, let's just say. Which is, no, the concept of the world as it is anyway, but making it even worse than it already is feels kind of bad. Especially when you consider that, like, billions of people don't even have a house, and, you know, like, places in Africa and stuff like that. It makes you think, like, why am I spending money on a dragon game sometimes, but, you know, I think that's enough serious talk about, you know, excluding the poorer people in the world for now. I'm just going to collect all of this gold while we've got it up. And we do have this whole water habitat that we need to fill eventually. So at least we do have a little bit of space. If we need to, we can move some other dragons around. Like, you know, if anything, we'll move our Arctic dragon over there because he doesn't need to be in the legendary habitat with Mark. I love the name. You know, the name Mark, I think, really does suit our Warlord dragon. He does look kind of like a Mark, or maybe a... I don't know Viking names off the top of my head, to be honest with you, but, I imagine a Mark with a gigantic, scraggly beard. I could see that. I personally can definitely see that happening. But, you know, for now, you know, I do hope that the event went as best as it possibly could for you, and, you know, hopefully your bracket didn't have too many paying players. Kathy, I still feel for you, my friend. I really do feel bad for you. Yeah, that just shows you there's no point putting on event currency during these events a lot of the time. But, anyway, for now, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, I will see you then.